Well, on the Hope to the Hungry webcast, we are, through the miracle of Skype, able to hook up with John Ashmen, who is the president of the Association of Gospel Rescue Missions based out of Colorado Springs. So, John, welcome to the webcast.
Thank you. Good to be here, actually. Really good to be here at home.
Well, we asked you to come on board with this interview and on this webcast because you oversee the Association of Gospel Rescue Missions. And I think there are people who would have no idea who that is and what kind of an organization it is. So let's kind of begin with, what is AGRM?
Certainly. There are associations for just about everything today, and probably most folks would be familiar with, like, the American Dental Association. You see there are ads for some of the toothpaste, and the reason that there are so many associations is that they help with the education, training, and resources of those people they serve. No one ever trains anyone how to run a rescue mission, and so the Association of Gospel Rescue Missions comes around and supports these people who are in this unique position of providing hospitality services for the hungry, homeless, abused, and addicted folks on the streets.
And this association has been around for a long time, because missions missions have been around a long time.
Much longer than you or I, yes. The Association
like
of Gospel Rescue Missions was founded in 1913. It was, at that time, called the International Union of Gospel Missions. And even before 1913, there was a Federation of Gospel Missions that was loosely put together because these rescue missions, as people would know them, really got started in the 1870s.
And if I understand the history a little bit, there was a lot of need for the rescue missions because of immigration, and also at that point it was also veterans from the Civil War coming back and coming upon hard times.
There have always been a segment of our population who have been disenfranchised and left out of the place that they would call home. And rescue missions have been organizations that have really understood hospitality. And so that's what these rescue missions do. They invite those people, as Scripture would say, the least of these, those who have no place to go or at the end of their rope, into a relationship with others and a place where they can get even the basic necessities of life.
You know, there is a huge impact when you combine the 270-odd missions that are part of the AGRM. That combined ministry is incredibly impactful with the number of meals served and beds provided, and yeah, I don't think we can even fathom how big, unfortunately, the need is that is being met by the missions.
Well, we do an annual snapshot survey. We call it a snapshot survey because every year in October or November, we ask our missions to take a week of their choosing. It's not the Thanksgiving week, it's a week apart from that, of course, and say, how many people have come into your mission? Tell us the makeup, who's coming, and who's been staying overnight, and how many meals are you serving. We're about ready to release the findings for our 2010, but the past several years, the numbers have been in the range of 46, 7, 8 million meals served every year. And when you extrapolate those numbers, about 26 million nights of lodging. An exciting one is between 16, 17, 18,000 people graduating from addiction recovery programs in our mission, in our member missions. So that's just a little picture that the snapshot reveals.
It all comes down to the missions just wanting to impact a life, help change a life, and to do it underneath it all with the foundation of faith and the gospel of Jesus Christ. And it's adapted and adjusted, but that still kind of remains the core purpose underneath all this with rescue missions.
Still the core purpose, and that's why rescue missions remain, as they are, a very unique entity. You have people, like I said today, who are showing up. In fact, one of the directors of the mission told me the other day, he says, "John, I've got people who are emailing asking for reservations." and see if I could get a place in your rescue mission in 2 or 3 weeks. The apartment complex where we're living has been foreclosed on. The bank is shutting it down. We can't get back to Boston. We're here on the West Coast, and it's me, my stepmother, a cousin, and a niece. We need a place to go. And by the way, do you take dogs? And so that's what a lot of the rescue missions are finding. And in fact, with the economy the way it is, David, we would find that 95% of our rescue missions are now saying that they're even using all of their common space to put out mats and sleep people. So they're very busy.
Yeah, it's pretty incredible. The economy as it has been has seen a whole nother wave of people come in, and yet the mission doors are open. And primarily, not in every case, but primarily, missions survive without government funding, which means that we rely on people giving individual donations, and we're asking people here on the webcast, they have that option. There's a donate button to give to their local mission, and yet just the ability to keep the doors open is miraculous in so many ways because of the private funding nature of so many of the missions.
And it kind of shows where the heart of America really has been, even through the Depression. Many of our rescue missions did okay, even in the beginning of 2009 and through 2009, because a lot of families looked around and said, "Okay, we've got a questionable economy. We are paying the mortgage. There's food on the table. We used to give to this organization and this organization. Who out there is less fortunate than we are? Where can we give some of our money?" And the rescue mission is the first thing that should pop into most people's mind, because that is serving folks like those who are making the donating decision, where they could be in several weeks. If something very different happened. A lot of the people showing up in rescue missions today had no idea 6 weeks ago they were going to be homeless. And so that's just unfortunate. Now, that doesn't mean that rescue missions are doing fine financially, because as a new norm, let's say, has arisen, folks are going back to some of the places that they have donated before, and maybe rescue missions are now finding they're getting a portion of what they got previously. But nobody knocks on the door of a rescue mission and says, "How much does it cost for me to get a bowl of soup tonight?" There's no fee for service. They knock on the door, and Christian hospitality opens the door and says, "Come in. We have something here for you, and let me tell you why we're doing this." And so you have people who are coming in to that hot bowl of soup, that warm bed when it's below freezing outside, because people are giving and giving generously to keep the doors of these places open. That's what we're all about.
So the webcast here, this is what this whole thing is about: is raising awareness, of course, but also giving opportunity and to point you as a listener or a viewer of this webcast to some resources and places that you can go. So here on the website, if you look kind of in the bottom right-hand corner, you'll see the picture that says "Donate to your local mission." Now you click on that, and it'll list out a few missions, but then also it'll say, if you can't find your mission, click this button. And that button is going to send you to the AGRM site, where it lists every single mission in the Association of Gospel Rescue Missions Association. And that's how you can get involved. The information is there. The phone number, the location. You can give to that mission through that website. You can call them up. You can volunteer. The purpose of this webcast is to do just that, connect you. Of course, you can make a donation, and the average cost of a simple meal at the missions that we're partnering with this year is $1.96 per meal. That's the average cost. Some a little more, some a little less, but it comes out to about $1.96. So, as you watch the webcast, as you hear John talk, as you hopefully get prompted a bit, please take some action and just move your mouse over to that, click it, and get more involved. So, if you need to get to the AGRM site, this is the man who heads up that organization, and we wanted to introduce you to him on the webcast today. So, John, thank you very much, and appreciate all your work with AGRM, and hopefully we're going to make a difference today as people connect in with their local mission.
Thank you.